Charles Edward Blackman IV, born 1858 in Sealy's Bay, Leeds, Ontario. He was one of 8 siblings. He married Ruby Anna, aka Annie, Pratt, born 1861 in Leeds, Ontario. She was 3 years his junior. Charles was the first Blackman on these branches to be born in Canada. He was a farmer who, according to census, owned his farm. He could read and write, along with his wife and kids. He had no schooling, although his kids are educated. He also owns his own home, which according to census is made of wood. It's 1867. Canada is officially born with the Confederation. According to the Canadian Encyclopedia, Canada wasn't born out of revolution or a sweeping outburst of nationalism. Instead, it was created in a series of conferences and orderly negotiations, culminating in the terms of Confederation on July 1st, 1867, the Union of the British North American colonies of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and the province of Canada, what is now Ontario and Quebec, was the first step in a slow but steady nation-building exercise that would come to encompass other territories and eventually fulfill the dream of a country from sea to sea. However, support for Confederation was not universal. The First Peoples were never asked if they wanted to join, and many others launched staunch opposition, like the Francophone resistance. British policy favoring the union of all of British North America continued. The Hudson's Bay Company sold Rupert's Land to Canada in 1870. The young country expanded with the addition of Manitoba and the Northwest Territory that same year. British Columbia was brought into Confederation in 1871, and Prince Edward Island in 1873. Yukon was created in 1898, and the provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan in 1905. Having rejected Confederation in 1869, Newfoundland and Labrador finally joined in 1949. In 1999, Nunavut, meaning our land in the Inuktitut, was carved out of the Northwest Territories as part of the largest Indigenous land claim settlement in Canadian history. During this time, Charles is 9 years old, living in the land of the North before the new nation's official arrival. He truly is first-generation Canadian. It's 1879. Charles's sister, Lizzie, passes away at 3 years old. He is 20. 2 years later, Charles marries Annie Pratt. Less than a year later, in 1882, their first child is born, Laura. She passes away less than 9 months later. Charles is 25. 1885, their first son, William, is born. Nearly a year later, George is born and dies in 1887 at 7 months old. 3 years later, Clarence is born. 1891, less than a year after that, his father passes away. Charles is 32. 1899, his mother passes away at age 67. It's 1904. Charles may have been excited to explore the new St. Lawrence Islands National Park when he and his family lived nearby in Sealy's Bay. It's 1913. A devastating storm furiously slams the Great Lakes. Living nearby, one has to wonder the awe that was before them and how they may have felt. It's 1940. Charles's sister, Margaret, passes away. He joins her that year, passing away in Sealy's Bay, his homeland, at age 81.